It's a terrible game that was hard to find anything worth talking about, but let's give it a crack. Straight off the bat, Areola did a job on Amorim with his press formation. This was very clever. Effectively, this is a 5 versus 3 in United's favour, but it's the positioning of Bournemouth's front three between United's possession setter that allows them to cover 2 players. Christie is backing that up behind by placing himself between Mainoo and Ugarte, and if we go further back, we have 2 Bournemouth players covering Xerxes. As soon as this ball is played into Ugarte, Christie presses Ugarte and Howson steps up from centre-back onto Mainoo, and we can see how Bournemouth shut down United's attempt to play through the middle. Everyone is locked on a United player. And United go long and lose the ball. Despite the tactical effectiveness of this, there was a tactical opening for United. United's top-line overload stopped Adam Smith stepping up onto Malacia, which opened space on that side, but we didn't recognise this, kept going long and giving the ball away. And we can see when Onana went long, Malacia always had that bit of space to play the ball into. To be fair to Onana, he went wide to Malacia once and we got into this position in 2 passes. Compare that to United's press. We look locked in here, but Kirkes is in acres. 1 pass and a carry gets Bournemouth here and they nearly get in. In this next example, United are more organised with Ahmad coming across, and United look like they are squeezing Bournemouth. But 1 pass into this pocket undid that press. United have 5 against 3 in their favour, and someone needed to step out. This was disappointing because United did this really well against City, but it was a step backwards against Bournemouth. Again, 1 pass into a pocket beats our press. We got 1 attacker against 3 United centre-backs. Once again, someone needed to step out and shut that down. This was a tactic Amorim used at Sporting, where he pushed the middle centre-back up into a pivot position alongside one of the 6s and then pushed the other 6 up the field. Now, if you're an analyst for the opposition, you are going to say they are never going to play a ball into Maguire in that situation, and Ugarte ain't that good on the ball. So in my opinion, this setup doesn't give any problems to our opponents. And in fact, this gives a tactical advantage to Bournemouth because the probability of the ball going into this area and United progressing effectively is low, which is why, as I highlighted in the analysis of Bournemouth's press formation, they can put 1 player between 2 because of the lack of ball playing quality in this setup. Either put Mainoo back there in place of Ugarte, or stick to this formation we saw against Everton, where United create a possession diamond with their back 3 and Onana and push both 6s up. But what concerns me about this is the areas it puts Maguire in. As we can see, he progresses up the field in this pivot position, and he is now in a one-on-one with Christie. He gets smoked, Maguire is out of position. United are now scrambling back with Dalot overloaded on the back post. If you've got John Stones in your team, no problem, but to put Maguire in these situations is going to cause United problems. We have the same setup, and as the play progresses, Maguire plays the ball into Mainoo, and Maguire is now in front of Mainoo and Ugarte. It just looks weird. The devil's verdict is, I've watched Bournemouth a few times this season and felt before the game that their organisation would be too much for United. To be fair to United, this wasn't a battering on the field, far from it, but United are incapable of competing with teams as well drilled as Bournemouth. And to back up the Manchester derby win with 2 defeats, conceding 7 goals, shows how poor City are at the moment, rather than how good United had to be to win that game. The positive going into the Wolves game is, the last time we lost on Boxing Day was 9 years ago, so hopefully we can extend that record by another year. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.